welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is July 16th, 2026. As always, I've got lots of tweets for you today, lots of little bits of news, but it's not financial advice. Okay, so here are the charts today. Everything's red, so we kind of pulled back all of yesterday's green on ETH. BTC pulled back even more than yesterday's red on ETH. So, but you know, it doesn't look scary. Things are not too bad. How's Sonic looking? Sonic just kind of crabbing sideways. Hype is pulled back further than yesterday's green candle. And what about gold? Gold is down outside of my range again, bouncing around the bottom. It's not far enough down that I need to rebalance. I just leave it as is. And YFI, yeah, pretty good. Everything looks pretty good, I guess. It doesn't look too scary. I'm not sure if this is like a dead cat bounce, and we're gonna go down a little bit more. I kind of suspect that we have a little bit more downtime in us. So we might come back down to even 1800 or 1700 for ETH, or that's not ETH, that's staked ETH, right? So down to like, I don't know, let me see what we've got here. Down to around, 1500-ish. I think we might even be able to come down here and maybe even go a little bit lower. I'm not against that happening. I think it might happen. And I do have some stable coins down there to buy, assuming that, it does retract down there. Okay, so anyhow, but I don't know. Who knows? I'm no expert, that's for sure. All I do is take my bets and hedge them or somewhat and try my best to earn yield while I'm waiting. Okay, so into these tweets. The first tweet here I have from Bo. So Bo says he revoked 55 smart contract approvals in 4 minutes without having to sign anything. So somehow Revoke Cash has an auto-revoking system. Now, he did reply. I asked him, like, what is this? And he did reply and said, like, hey, you can read this. So I will read this later and see what it looks like and how things are, and then decide whether I'll read through this deeply. But I'm sharing it now so you can kind of share it as well. And there's some payment tiers and stuff like this. But anyway, so yeah, check it out and find out if it's something that is interesting to you. I think it's interesting to everybody, at least some of it. Okay, moving on. So I got Ramsey's, so the dog. The dog did a chat or a podcast or a live stream with the Ramsey's community, and they answered them some questions. There is one question here. This doesn't show the entire video, so I'm not sure if that entire video is live or not. But, what did he say? It was asked, what is the state of the market? He says he will keep buying RAM no matter what and using Ramsey's forever. I really like it. I think it's good. I'm enjoying my time in that protocol. DeFi Dad retweeted this clip with this guy. So his name's, I don't know this guy. I haven't followed him. His name, Crypto Fanatic, Chief Business Officer at Chainlink. So I guess, he's significant enough. I should be following him. But it says something here. Let's look through what it says here. The prophecy DeFi is eating, TradFi is here. When the Iran war started, where did people go to trade gold, silver, and oil? They went on chain to Hyperliquid, Lighter, etc. So that's basically what they're talking about here, and I think it's pretty significant to say this and to think about that and to mention it, that it's real. Like we're slowly but surely, or you can say slowly and then exponentially. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do think it's pretty good that the world has access to finance in a permissionless manner, and these things like Hyperliquid and Lighter give a decent enough user experience to allow people to trade these assets, even if they're like derivatives. Okay, moving on. So Nikita dropped this tweet today, and this guy's retweeting it, and so a whole bunch of accounts were removed from monetization. 1.5 million stolen was detected. 1.1 million redirected back to original creators. So there's two key factors in here. So number one, if you start doing like social engagements, like I'll follow you, if you tweet on me, I'll follow you. These kinds of things are going to be like get people banned from monetization. And then other things like if the system detects that you just basically copied someone else's content and throw it on your account, then your revenue will go to that original creator, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty awesome, but we'll see. We'll see how well it works. I think there's a lot of problems still. Like lots of times people like reply to me and say, "Hey, follow me back," right? So I don't know, but this is pretty good. I think it's a step forward. Okay, Uniswap generated $8 million in 24-hour fees, surpassing Circle and only second to Tether. So 85% of that came from Robinhood Chain. Keen to see what happens once the fee switch is activated, as today activity alone would have generated 1.1 million in revenue, and Uni burns. Okay, so yeah, so there's still some juice and some heat and some love on Robinhood. I do think it's all still mostly meme coins, but we'll see. Moving on, so there's an article here by Anton Bukharov, and he's basically he worked with 1inch since 2019, and now he's like, it talks about like all the stuff, his ethos and why he cares about crypto and all this stuff, and it's all good stuff, right? But the alpha is down here. He's starting a new project called Second Tier. Now I did go and try to figure out, like, here's the Twitter account for Second Tier, here's the website, and I did feed the website into Grok and say, hey, TLDR this, and let's see some of the key points. So they argue that most limits in today's financial ecosystem are design choices, not necessities, intermediaries, delays, permissions. Okay, the goal is to create systems where economic intent equals instant execution. No middleman, no electricity, seamless and accessible to anyone. Core principles: sovereignty, architecture, solve problems at the root level, no half measures or trade-offs, openness, transparent fees, honest interfaces, integrity, long-term thinking, accountability. So I don't know what it is. It's very speculative. It doesn't talk clearly, but maybe it's going to be some sort of like launch pad or some sort of like building framework or something like that. I don't know. So you can follow that and see if it pumps some new juice into the market. Okay, so Frax Finance retweeted Curve. Curve launched Llama-Lend V2 on Ethereum. So this is not new tech. But it is new to Ethereum, so it's basic, because they launched it on Optimism before, right? So basically, it's isolated markets that allow for any other coin on the other side. So in Llama-Lend V1, you have to borrow CRV USD. But now this is more like a Morpho competitor, where now you can create a market that with any two tokens, so token versus any other token. So that's happened, and that's there. And if you've got a token and you want a lending platform, you can check out Llama-Lend. Or if you want to like lend your tokens to certain collaterals, there's an option here. Okay, so Jesse retweeted tweeted out this little thing here. He's talking about, he fucked up and he kind of dropped the ball on base. He didn't really, he was wrong that like celebrity coins and celebrity KOL systems were gonna like make base huge, but they didn't. And the last part in here is that like Kobe is now going to kind of taking over the DApp, so the base app, the super user experience. I don't use it, but so that's happened. So Kobe's gonna do a little bit more work, and One thing in here that gets me kind of kind of bothers me is like, where was it? So here, okay. So he says we had prediction markets. Shout out to Limitless. But he doesn't mention Truio, and Truio is like the best prediction market there is. If you think about like design, it might not be the most utilized. It might not have massive liquidity, which it seriously struggles with. But the tech is the best, right? Like it's way better than depending on UMA oracles. And he doesn't even like, it's as if he doesn't even know it exists, right? Which is crazy, because it's like if you take a look at the list of attesters, let's say True Markets, Truio, and if you go, I don't know how to like get through the attesters, Oracle attesters. If you just look at some of the names in here, these are like OG in it for the tech, like reputable attesters. They're all like you can't find anyone here that's like a scammer or has a bad reputation or a severely bad reputation. It's all OGs. And like if he had just even noticed this and then started like amplifying this, all these people would amplify him. But I don't know, it just makes me wonder, like what the hell, right? Yeah, that's that. Moving on. So I did an article yesterday. So there's this AI thing called Dialectica, and you can just ask it questions, and then it just goes crazy and produces like an article style answer with references and everything. I read through it for the most part. I didn't like dig through and particularly jump at everything, but there are a few things that I kind of say are questionable, like that are misleading a little bit, but it's pretty significant the way that this thing answered. I will do a video on Dialectica soon in the future when they said they were going to do some updates. So I'm waiting for those updates to happen, and then I'll throw out a snack sandwich on it. But you can check it out. It's basically, I did a question on Bold, the benefits of Bold stablecoin, and it's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. If you want to read, it's good. If you don't want to read, then you're going to feel that this sucks, right? But anyhow, that's it. Moving on. So it's just a little reminder that you can still get juicy yield as ETH goes up in value, then APR goes up in value too, right? So yeah, you can get some juice. If you don't know how this thing works, I've got a video on it, but it's pretty straightforward. It takes your ETH, uses your ETH to mint Bold, puts the Bold in Curve, farms the rewards, uses the rewards to buy more ETH, and compounds your ETH. It's sitting at 12%, 12.5% yield on your ETH. Like it's fantastic. Just go for it. So that's it for today. Hope this has been interesting and useful. And thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.